was told that the key objective of this gathering is to make you laugh. So I can go now, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you've had a really hectic week. Microsoft teaming, you want to see? Like I've done a really hectic week. My job is very hectic, you see. But something else, my job prevents me and distracts me from my real life ambition. You're probably wondering, what is my job? What is my ambition, right? I'll tell you. So my job is supporting the most difficult people on the planet. Professional academics. And my real life ambition, believe it or not, since I was a little boy growing up on the ghetto streets of Lagos, Nigeria, my real life ambition is to become the mayor of Morecambe. Not just that, the first black mayor of Morecambe. And in case you're wondering, why Morecambe? Why not? It feels like home. Did you know that in 2021, 160 crimes is committed per 1,000 persons? I'll fit right in. And that's why I need to become the mayor. Now you're probably also wondering, well, Akan, what's the connection between your job, supporting academics, and being the mayor of Morecambe? Well, there is no connection. But that's the point, isn't it? Because to be honest, how many of you lot really doing what you really want to do? Be honest. I know you're an academic and a professor, but is that what you really want to do? So last August, I was speaking with the Vice Chancellor of a university in Nigeria. And I was kind of trying to talk about how to help their student population with employability. And midway, he stops me and he says, Akan, I think I might also want help with my employability. And I'm like, you're the freaking Vice Chancellor. You have a job. Then he goes, well, that is not what I really want to do. So now I'm thinking, what else could you really want to do? I mean, you've got a big office, a nice car, you love your driver. I mean, you've got everything you want. So, but obviously, I still have to ask the question. So I bent down and I said, okay, so sir, what is it you really want to do? Then he goes, I'd like to be the mayor of Isiba Oluwo Akunwojo. Well, don't try pronouncing it. You just cut your thumb, but basically it's the ghetto where I grew up. I say, but the truth is, as a matter of fact, my job as it is, believe it or not, actually has a title. And you know universities and titles, right? So Chancellor, Deputy Chancellor, lots of titles. Pro-Chancellor. Does anybody here know what the pro means? Is it professional? Proactive? Maybe probiotic? I don't know. Anyway, back to my point. So my job actually has a title, and the title is Africa Strategy Advisor. Woo! Sounds very posh, isn't it? Yeah. Not just the odd strategy advisor. The African one. Have you seen me? They have to go and describe it further. I do like my job, to be fair, because my job involves me kind of navigating with African partners. So if you know Lancaster, it's what they do basically. So, but the trouble is, my job is supposed to be serious. I'm supposed to be talking about serious things like resource mobilization for research projects in Africa, pathways to impact and outcomes, and all of that. But I discovered that I have to start strategizing on other inconsequential things for professors like Dave. Things like the politeness of the British. So I'll give an example. I heard that it's actually really polite to tell a bus driver thank you before you alight. Is that correct? Yeah. As a matter of fact, some bus drivers actually almost demand it and they expect it. And for somebody who grew up in the ghetto streets of Lagos, I find it really weird. So this is that point in time where I'm about to alight from the bus. And then my eyes meet the eyes of the driver. And then his eyes tell me, how was the trip? And then my eyes respond to me, I think it was fine. Then his eyes talks to me, give it to me. Tell me thank you. Then my eyes tell me, all this is happening in slow motion, by the way. And my eyes tells him, what if I don't want to? Then his eyes tells me, don't be rude. So just to avoid crisis, I just say thank you and I'm out of the box. That's part of what I'm talking about. All these inconsequential things is preventing me from my life's ambition. So I give an example. Do you know you can literally ruin a whole project by the number of places you put in an email? Oh, that's true. As a matter of fact, I've actually done a calculation. For every 150 word email, you need about 3 to 5 places within the email for it not to be offensive. So sometimes, I spend 5 minutes composing an email, and I have to spend an extra 5 minutes counting if the places are the right position. Because you have to say please every time. In fact, as a matter of fact, you have to almost say please when you are saying, so please, can you stop spending the research funds for alcoholic drinks? It's all about the please. But that's fine. In my job, so it's preventing from my job, from my main vision, my main dream. But ultimately, once in a while, when I have an opportunity to poke at these professors I do support, I have so much fun with it. So for example, just last week, I was having this final project webinar. It was celebratory. And these are professional professors in this Zoom meeting. What do you think I did? Obviously, it was a celebratory webinar. So I prepared a lot of hip-hop music. Hip-hop music in advance. So at the end of every speech, I will say, well, it's a celebration. Can this professor give us a dance live on the website? You see where I'm going with this, right? Or if there is the most awkward and the most fun thing to do. Because these lots are the ones preventing me from my life's vision. I'll tell you what, just about a few months ago, I was driving down to school with my kids, and I remember that I got a news came on the radio. And the news said, that Lancashire City Council has actually approved planning permission for the construction of Eden. In my mind, I'm thinking, wait a minute. I've done a good job because over the last, 10 years, I've been moving geographically. So I give example what I mean. I used to live in Golgate. And I moved to the city center. 2 years ago, I moved to Scale Hall on the way to Morecambe. So there is a physical migration towards my dream. So when I heard that Lancashire City Council has approved the Eden project in Morecambe, have you been to the Eden project in Cornwall? Yeah. There is a special Africa section. So what do you think I've done? I've sent in my CV as the Africa Strategy Advisor of the Eden Project. Because I have come to believe that when I aspire and perspire to acquire my desire, if it backfires, I won't retire. But I will be inspired to refire. Morecambe, I'm coming for you. Thank you.